Good morning, I am Adam Harris, and this is The Day Ahead. In terms of economic calendar news, we have the UK PM Theresa May speaking at 1 p.m. and the US Fed's Powell speaking yet again at 9 p.m. And then in the currencies, the JPY charts are out and waiting on setups in Aussie and Kiwi charts. In the commodities, gold and silver get bumped by the stronger US dollar, but oils continue to trend upwards unrelentingly. In the global indices and the equities in focus, we still see evidence of bulls present in the markets. You can jump to any chapter by clicking on the time link in the description below. Starting off with the currencies and specifically the US dollar index, we can just see it's continuing to push on upwards. It's actually become now due for another retracement. So we're getting what we've had a lot in the last 18 months of just these continued moves on the daily without a nice healthy pullback. So likely to continue that. There's nothing really showing, there are no signs of any of that kind of intending to stop anytime soon. We've broken through levels of support on the euro dollar, pushing down towards the next level. Now with regards to the euro, the JPY charts, most of them, we look at dollar yen here, it is showing indications of a stronger dollar, and price is likely to retrace at some point soon, but not seeing any particular trade setups at this point in time on euro yen, pound yen, or Swiss yen, which have been on my watch list. We've kind of passed through on that one. None of those have set up, so having a look here at GBP, JPY, also not really looking as though it's going to follow through on that, so scratching that from the list. And Swiss yen as well, also just continuing to push down. So just removing that, it's just not really going to set up, no intentions there. Now the two that I do find quite interesting, but they actually are occurring on the weekly timeframes. And just showing these very briefly, this is what I'll be looking for the end of the week. It's just a very nice downtrend. I'm looking for a swing trading opportunity on the weekly, looking for this ideally to close as a small bearish candle. It'll be a nice tight entry on that. I'll be looking to trade that on a break to the downside, so that'll be both Aussie Swissy and Kiwi Swissy, and those are currently the most appealing trades on my watch list for this week. Moving on to the commodities, starting off with gold. Just noting a much stronger US dollar yesterday. Gold unable to break through these highs. Still within this range, although it has broken out. It's pulling back in, so still carrying on with that consolidation. Then having a look at, say, silver. Also here, although it is in an uptrend, failing to follow through on that. So this is really about, obviously, dollar strength. We're seeing a lot of this knocking the metals down, but not as weak as they were in the past. Now, very briefly, I want to run you through some of the crude oils as well as some of the other oils that we have here, just showing the general trend. So these are on my watch list for retracements back into the moving averages. We're well overdue for that. You could just see crude oil taken off for the most part. We've got UK, US as well. Also similar, just taking off there as well. We've got ETS crude oil. Just a beginning of a little bit of a retracement there, and that's fine. But then if you also just compare this to, say, heating oil, you can see a very nice strong trend there. Entry opportunities likely to be currently on the 4-hour time frame, but looking for daily swing trading opportunities on the higher time frame. We've got gas oil. This is also taking off. So very, very strong trends, and just waiting for those daily swings, entry opportunities into the trends, and finishing off here with natural gas. So very, very strong trends there. And then just the last two here on my list is live cattle. Not able to break through its level of resistance that it's currently encountering, still producing higher lows. The question is, will it break this low first before it breaks to the upside? So I have to keep an eye on that one. And then just having a look at coffee, which has been obviously incredibly bullish. Strong rejection candle here, so looking to see price pull back into the moving averages, and then I'll reassess if I get a bullish entry, reassess if I want to take a swing entry to the upside there. And that's it for commodities. In the global indices, having a look at Wall Street, you can see a bit of a rejection yesterday as we went on to all-time highs. Strong reaction off that 27,000 level there. So price coming back in, potentially likely to do that, do a bit of a retracement. Just noting some divergence there on RSI. MACD looks okay. It doesn't look that bearish. So for the most part, not too concerned about that, potentially a shorter term retracement. But S&P also finding some resistance at its highs as well. So potentially here, the real key thing is, do we break these lows? So you'll notice we're doing moves up and then consolidation, move up, consolidation. So generally speaking, and you can see here a bit of divergence there as well. So just a little bit of weakness overall in terms of that. We've also got the US Tech 100 putting back into the moving averages, back into these highs. So it should find support. I'll be looking to see if we get a bullish candle in this today within the next 1 to 2 candles as a potential swing entry to the upside. We've got the UK 100. So although you can see the US indices pulling back a bit, the UK has not really done that. It's still staying roughly where it is. So not a sign of massive weakness in the markets just yet. Same thing with Germany 30, although US markets have weakened a bit. The Germany and UK ones haven't necessarily. Italy 40. Still actually doing an update, gapping up, and still a red bullish candle at the moment, just with that long wick underneath it, so that's still more bullish than bearish. But Hong Kong starting to move back down towards the lows. So generally speaking, this is more the existing trends in play rather than being an overall market weakness. We've got Japan 225. I've been waiting for a bullish entry into this trend. We got a bullish candle yesterday. We failed to break through the highs of that. So again, looking for a bullish candle here in the next 1 to 2 candles as a swing entry to the upside. Saying at one, and also saying in recent videos that I am expecting at some point a bigger retracement through to these highs over here. So if that happens, I'm more than happy and ready for that to happen. And then finally on the Australia 200 also, although this one breaking to the downside, it's back up here again, testing these levels. So again, even on the charts that are slightly more bearish, they're not that much weaker. They're still trying to stay to the upside or stay where they are. So no follow through in terms of the weakness just yet, and actually showing signs that the bulls are still very much present there, trying to prop prices up. So for today, wrapping up our episode by looking at the fangs on the Equities In Focus. You can just see here Facebook finding a little bit of support, excuse me, here at the lows of 160, bouncing up a little bit of a swing low there, so that's quite nice. Then we're going to go have a look at the Tech 100 as well, following through on Apple. So Apple continuing to push on to fresh highs, so nice and strong there. That's going to be a strong bullish weekly candle, very much likely to continue on upwards next week. Amazon actually pulling back a little bit, so that's relatively unusual given it's the last couple of months worth of trending, but still looking for a bullish candle in the next 1 to 2 candles there to see if it's going to follow through. Netflix having broken through, still holding above this level. I'm still would like to see a nice decent bullish candle there to set up for that, so just keeping an eye on that one. We've got Google, Alphabet still trying to push to that level, so it's got its own little battle going on here. It's not unrealistic to expect it to break through that at some point soon. We've got Shire that's set up with a bullish candle following through on that, so that just trickling to the upside. That's quite nice and good. We've got Imperial Brands, which I've discussed about, no clear trend at the moment. So this might as well come off the list. It's looking slightly more bullish, having produced another swing low. It's got to break to this level of resistance, but looking as though it's quite keen to push on upwards. EasyJet, which has been is well overextended, now appears to be trying to do a swing low. So this will be on my watch list to get a swing entry back from the moving averages as another potential shorting opportunity there. We've got Barclays, which appears to have found a true support level there. So the question is it going to break the high here? Certainly from a trading opportunity for me, I'll be exiting this position with a little bit of profit there, but looking to see if we break this. If we're going to break that trend, you can see that little bit of convergence on those, or if it's ultimately going to produce a bullish candle and continue down and just break its way through that level. We've got Standard Chartered now producing a higher low, similar to Barclays. This is looking, are we going to break these previous highs here? So both of those just banking whatever profit is in those positions. And again, we've got something similar in Forma. We've also got a bullish candle. So interesting on the most bearish ones to see those bullish candles come in. So yesterday, a bullish candle on those, just indicating again the market not weak. So for people or individuals who are thinking the markets are just about to collapse, not really seeing any signs of that just yet. We've also got Microsoft trickling on its way to the upside, looking for small bullish candles and maintaining that trend to the upside, looking for swing entries to that trend as it continues. So nice and healthy there, and so there's plenty of trading opportunities in the markets at the moment. On that note, ladies and gents, I want to wish you a wonderful week, and if it's trending, I'll be there.